So, Libras. Okay. So, Venus is heavy this week, Libra, and you are ruled by Venus. So, balancing relationships, learning when to be responsible and learning when it's okay to enjoy the fruits of your labors, going on dates and things. So, this week, relationships take center stage as the sun moves closer and closer to Libra season. So, there's a harmonious energy encouraging balance and partnerships with in your marriage, partnerships if you are collaborating with someone, all of your different partnerships and connections. This is a time for bringing balance and harmony into those. Okay. This is a good time for making decisions in personal and professional relationships. So really creating a balance to where your voice is heard and their voice is heard, and collaborating and really blending and working together. This energy this week is all about blending and balancing and working together with your different connections and partnerships. Creativity is also at its peak, so lean into artistic and diplomatic endeavors, working with your partnerships, creating something. Some of you guys could be definitely working on creative projects. So this is definitely the week to get that popping. This is definitely the week to create balance in your relationship. So if you've been working hard all week, you need to be ending the week by going on a date, going out with your partner or your relationships. Libra, this week is all about balancing your relationships. It is very important to be sure that there's an even exchange of energy, that you are pouring in and that you are also receiving. If some relationships needs to be balanced out this week, that's fine too. Okay, because sometimes as you are reflecting on your relationships and your connections, and sometimes you just start to realize that some shit just ain't given. Okay, so really focusing on doing your part, making this week will be like relationships will be the center stage this week. So pouring into your relationships with family, with your intimate relationships, your collaborative relationships, balancing them out, and then allowing a creative spark to flow between them as well. So that is the energy I have for Libra. Let's see what Mama's talking about.
So, yeah, this is good. Nine of Pentacles in the Fool card. But the thing about that is, like Kina said, definitely there's a need to balance out your relationships and focus on your relationships here this week. But my hierarchy of relationship needs, it has to start with you and where you are involved. Source is like hand to hand. You guys are one and the same, right? And then once you've balanced out your relationship with yourself, your own satisfaction, your own material needs, your own inner peace, your own happiness, and things like that, if you got kids, you got to ask yourself, how can you balance what you need, what you want, what you are working toward, what your hopes and dreams are, what your idea for betterment is, and make sure your kids are cared for.
Yeah.
And if you don't have kids, you completely skip that step. And then if you have a partner, a husband, a wife, a whatever you call your person, you then have to consider how that's going to work for them. Be mindful, but that should not be the driving force. Like, you shouldn't turn away from something that works for you and God, and then for you and your kids, and then you get down to your partner and you're like, that's not how that should work. And so, like Kina said, sometimes you do take a look at things, you take a look at your hierarchy of needs and like your goals and your growth and your ambitions and things, and you determine that something that you once decided in the past, because this card says South Node, don't let your past hold you back. Something that worked for you in the past just doesn't work for you anymore. That is how growth happens. You come to a conclusion that this is nice, but this would be better. And Source got me thinking about this, and my kids got me thinking about this, and this will be beneficial for my happiness, my growth, my financial ambitions, whatever, and however that works for you. And then you start to prioritize making decisions that are going to move you closer toward those things. Your affirmation was, my drive and my ambition allow me to achieve my goals. That looks like I said, about looking at your hierarchy of needs, your desires, your goals, and things of that nature, and then taking action. The other affirmation was, I allow myself to be who I am without judgment. And then I low key pulled some Kipper cards, but we had family room and main mail. And for some of you, this really may be in your relationship with your partner, with your father, with your baby daddy. Could be with the feminine who rests in masculine energy, but you got to take it as it resonates, where there's something about that that does not work for you, or something needs to be better balanced, and you'll have to figure that out for you. But just because you decided to do something one day 12 years ago doesn't mean you can't wake up today and do something totally motherfucking different. Remember that all week. We got Aquarius next.
Yes, and that's so crazy you pulled that South Node card for Libra, because my South Node is in Libra, with my North Node being Aries. So balancing relationships, yeah, that's definitely something. And that's the only air placement. Well, no, because I have a Gemini placement too. But it was just so neat that how that just resonates with me. And I rarely have any air in my chart.